What's up, guys? Welcome to the live. See, we already got some people here. Sean, what's up? What's up, Taze? What's up, Greg? Vlad, you made it. Cliff, how's it going? Everybody, I'm here with my co-host, Noli D. Noli, how's it going?
It's going great. Hi,
So
everybody.
Noli, when we get started with our case, Noli's going to be on the prosecution, the defense side. She's going to defend whatever auditor we decide we're going to try first. And I'm going to leave that up to you guys. We're going to have a few auditors listed, and you guys will pretty much decide who exactly we're going to start with. And we're still looking for somebody, which I thought would be the easiest part, to find someone to prosecute this person, these auditors, but we haven't found anybody yet, which is surprising. So hopefully
volunteers.
We'll do that.
We need some volunteers.
Yes, we need some volunteers to help out with this. And you guys will have a week to defend them, so don't worry. It's not like you have to defend them right on the spot. We're going to decide who it was, and then each side gets a week.
You're a dick. Okay, I will.
Hey,
I will.
Going on, May.
Oh, man. You're such an ass.
CCW. Start this off by today. All right, so yesterday, when I'm posting my video, yesterday, and I'm getting ready to, put my normal, if you have something to say, blah, 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 my comment. And I get a phone call, and I'm like, it looked like a phone number that I recognized, so I immediately answered it. And I asked him, hello. Then all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, what the fuck? So first, immediately I thought furry potato, right? I'm thinking, okay, this has got to be furry potato. And then they said, they did it again. I'm like, okay. Then they said, suck a dick, eat a dick, and all shit. I'm like, oh, wow, that's nice. And then they hung up. I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't think nothing. I was like, oh, so I went on and I, said that what happened. And then a few minutes later, I'm like, I'm just going to call this number back. So I call it back. And they do it again. They answer, they do it again. And I'm like, oh, this is Patty, because I immediately recognize the voice. So it was Patty. And of course, we talked for I think it was 30 seconds. I didn't really get into anything because me hung up. Because, that's what he does. I don't know. He's like a child. So he was the one that ended up calling me yesterday. And of course, I tried to get him to, I'm assuming it's because of the video that we did where we, the people, voiced our opinion on him. So I'm assuming that's why. Hold on. We have James Smith. Welcome to the panel. How are you today?
I am very well. How are you?
Doing great. So are you willing to join us and prosecute one of these auditors that we choose, or are you just calling in for the panel?
No, I will prosecute any auditor. I'm not shy.
Okay, and we doesn't matter. We have more than one on each one, whichever you guys want to do. Don't matter how many people want to. If everyone wants to prosecute, no, it's bad for you. But hey, if everyone wants to prosecute, we're gonna let them.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I just want to give a shout out to Vlad the Impaler, because he's been awesome on all the channels.
Vlad is pretty awesome. He's always he's hard to beat. Number one on this channel, that's for sure. May and Jimmy, and now Greg are seeming to give him a run for his money. But I think this is a chance for everyone to really get on Vlad, because he's going to be gone for a few weeks. So, there's a chance. All right, so yeah. James, we will in a little bit. We're going to decide who we're going to do, but right now, I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened with Freedom News Now. Were you guys able to check that out at all?
I'm sorry, Kenny, you were echoing.
Oh, Freedom News Now. That's what we're going to talk about. His way he was attacked. Were you able to see any of that, James?
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not see it. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and play that video here. Find it here. Hopefully, the sound will work. I hope. Oh, don't do that. Sorry.
kind of froze up.
Yeah, it just looks paused, I think.
I'm not hearing any sound, are you?
Yeah, I'm not getting any audio.
Hold on, let me. Sound?
Oh, and I'm gonna mute while I'm not talking, just so that people can hear whoever is talking a little bit better.
No audio, no audio. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to. Let me try again. Hold on. Sorry about that. Not sure why there's no sound. Let's see. All right, there we go. Share audio. That probably helps if I click the share audio button, huh? Maybe. There, you getting some sound now?
There we go.
All right, let's start it over.
Oh shit.
That's that same guy that was down on the other side a couple weeks ago.
I think he's just trying to stab.
That was dude over at the city hall. They almost got beat up. That's the same dude, I think.
Where are the cops at?
No doubt, like they need to like get him out like the fuck is like a minute away.
Get your fucking hand out of your pocket.
Oh my god.
Just shouting racist for absolutely no fucking reason.
Okay, the cops still haven't came and he's putting his hand like he has a weapon. Somebody come in. This is nightlight. Okay, well I just don't want somebody to get shot and he's got his hand like he has a weapon. Thank you. We just got 10 minutes ago.
How long does it really take the cops to respond?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
So what's this guy doing wrong?
What, the auditor?
Your whole point
Yeah.
of doing this. Like just to start shit?
Yes.
Well, we'll talk about it after the
That's what it
video.
always is.
About
Just to
10-minute
start
video.
shit to spread propaganda.
The auditor's the one in all black. It's Freedom News Now.
Oh my god.
Where is the cop?
Shut up. Shut up. America. Shut up. America. Shut up, Mahala. We love you. I know you come to us.
saying he wants some French fries. He don't fucking know how to speak Arabic.
Okay.
We want you on our property. You need to leave.
Jeff, don't touch him. Don't touch him, Jeff.
We don't want you on our property. You need to leave. You're trespassing.
Come on here, you're trespassing. You already heard it. Go.
Don't put your hands on him. Don't touch him.
You're not welcome on this property. Nobody knows. Let's just start with it. The cops have been called 10 minutes ago.
He's already been, right?
Yes,
He's not
I was already trespassed.
I agree, Fizzy.
You're trespassing. Do not come on this property.
He already told him
Okay.
he was trespassed twice.
Jeff, don't touch him.
But he is on the sidewalk, so
Jeff, don't touch him. Jeff!
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my
I
God.
already said that. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
Give me your heart. Give me your fucking head. Sit down. Put it behind your fucking back. Stop. I can feel it right now. Get it behind your back. Put it behind your back. You a cop. You a cop, dude. You're fucking being detained right now. Give me your fucking hand. Give me your hand.
It's taking him a minute to drive here, is what 911 said.
Are you fucking kidding me? How long does it take for the cops to come? Oh my God.
Put your hands out to your side.
Why were you doing what you were doing, man?
You kept fucking walking towards me.
Cops are probably dealing with other frauditors.
You stop.
well,
Give me
that could be the
your
case.
fucking hand.
They also could have been told that some guys are
And not in Arabic either.
and cops are not as quick to respond to that type of call. So.
Spreading propaganda. All this shit fucking happens.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Don't tell
Exactly.
Get off my fucking neck.
Why would you even do that? The way that this shit is in this country right now, you've got this with a fucking media? Yeah, he was videotaping and recording cigarettes at the fucking gun store.
Wow.
Here's the problem. The cops, the security told him he was trespassed. He left and they still tackled him.
Finally, 15 minutes after the police were called, they show up.
Please get up. Okay? What the fuck? Get this animal off me. Get this animal off me. Dude. You're breaking all my shit, dude.
Jeff, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fucking piece of shit.
Fucking ambulance dude now.
He's in all black with a mask covering his speaking Arabic, video recording shoe pecs. He's been asked to leave over 100 times. He's been trespassing.
He punched me in the jaw. So
Freaking screaming in Arabic, racist.
Into the camera. Yeah. And then I asked him, flat to his face. I said, he started screaming at me in Arabic. No. And then takes a step towards me. I started pointing at him. I said, "Get out of here! Go away! Go away!"
I've recorded it all if you'd like to see it.
And then he starts reaching behind his back like this while he's holding his camera, acting like he's gonna pull a weapon. So I started filming him. I have it.
Witnessed it.
I backed him up all the way to the fence area.
This is Jackson, Michigan.
And I got some smoke. Backed him up to the fence area, nightclub or nightlight. And he starts walking, he approached me again, pushed him off, and still videotape. I said, "Back up, stop! You were asked not to go."
No, yeah, Shoepex told me he's been there every day filming all day, saying this shit.
Shouting at me in Arabic.
Yeah.
My question is, if the person has left the property, why the hell did they tackle him?
They're right behind you, buddy.
Those are brand new $400 buddy now, huh?
You can do that, but you're worried about your glasses.
Sit down and relax. These are
These
glasses.
are prescription, dude.
These are polarized, dude.
Prescription polarized. You're an animal. You're an absolute animal.
Really? You attacked me and my friend.
Wow.
Yeah, he better not go anywhere. I'll let these guys under
All on video. I can stop it right now if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
All right, so there you go. That's basically what happened. Now, here's my problem with that. I took myself out. Anyway, okay, so he was out there screaming racist. He was talking in gibberish. He should have been doing that. Technically, yes, he could have done it, but pretty much poking the bear on that one, yelling at racist for no reason. When he ran away, they shouldn't have followed him. I think it was a bad interaction. All sides. The police didn't arrive in time. It was just a horrible interaction that's more than likely going to cause that city and those people and everyone involved, except the auditor, a really tough time coming in the future because of their actions. That's my opinion.
I agree, Kenny. Once he left the area, they should not have chased him down.
Exactly. Desert Sentinel joined us. Hold on, sorry. Desert Sentinel joined us.
I agree with you. I mean, once they were off, he was off their property, they should have just went back into their business and minded their business. They wanted a confrontation, clearly. But I mean, he didn't back off either.
No. Oh, he wanted a confrontation. He was out there calling them racist. Like, well, just for how do you know they're racist? Why are you just going to call them racist?
Right, yeah,
he was looking for confrontation. They gave him the confrontation.
So were they.
Yeah, definitely.
So were they, or they wouldn't have followed him.
Exactly. They were looking for
So I think, kind of, in my opinion, whatever happens, both parties got what they deserved, and I hope he's got a good black eye.
There we go. Desert Sentinel's joined us while the video is playing. How's it going, Desert?
Hi there, Kenny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. So, what did you think of that video?
Well, we're looking at a video.
True.
we're not looking at the totality of the situation. I was doing some cursory research into this. And you have to look the other videos that he has posted. I've also looked into some Facebook postings from the community. I attempted to contact somebody, a local business person who didn't call me back. And seemingly, from what I've gathered in the limited amount of time I've had to look into this week, to be honest, is that this has been going on for quite some time, and it's coming in the aftermath of the local community and businesses having been protested. These businesses were just now starting to remove the boarded up windows. They're looking at the national news like everybody else is, and they see communities like we have seen many communities out here in the West Coast that have been damaged and burned and looted.
True sentence.
So we're looking at a community that is still under a certain amount of they're on edge. And this looks to be a smaller community, a little bit more tight-knit community, a business community that's pretty tight-knit. Gathering from one of the videos that he had an encounter, I think he was with Eyes on Corruption, if I recall correctly, that, they were walking around this community, and he was wearing this black, pseudo-military tactical outfit. And we've seen others within this community that wear this. This is a trigger. It's a stressor. And we're talking human nature, where people see somebody walking around in all black with the camera recording their businesses, and they're going to be curious as to why. And you may not get a warm welcome. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. You really do have to look at the whole situation. I went on, there's some links that if you go on the video on News Now California's channel, we didn't watch that one. We watched one I found off of, the lady actually posted the video herself. And so I went to that as to not give, News Now California any kind of profit. So that's why I went to that one. And there's kinds of links to their Facebook pages. I mean, the community is, apparently he's been going around there doing that for a few days, filming the same areas. So, I mean, this isn't like it was an isolated, like you're saying, it wasn't an isolated incident. He was doing it. He knew what he was doing. He was trying to get a reaction. He definitely got more of a reaction than he thought he was going to get. He probably didn't think he was going to get chased down. He was probably loving every minute of it, though, because he knows this is going to cause, it's going to get him some monetary gain or some sort of boost on his channel, which is good for him, but just it makes the town look really bad. But like I said, it does seem like they're a very close knit community. They're all like, if you look on a Facebook post, they're like, well, let me see this guy's picture so we can post it. And they want to post it everywhere. They found his channel and Facebook page. So, I mean, they really were doing some homework trying to figure out who this guy was, what he was doing out there.
And most people don't know what this is all about. And when you introduce yourself, to a community like this in the manner in which he did, and it's always with some sort. Now, myself personally, and the way I conduct myself, I don't greet people with pejoratives, just because they're curious as to what I'm doing.
Right.
Others may vary. Now, but I believe there is more to this story. Obviously, this one video that we're seeing, as some say, is in media res. We do not know what he was doing prior to this. We do not know how aggressive in stance or stature he was making himself out to be. Was he, as we hear in the narration of the video from the persons that are recording it from the community, that this person was around for hours, on more than one occasion at a business location that this person, when they tried to retreat, this person kept pursuing them. You know, as far as any issue of people taking the law into their own hands, it always comes with a certain risk of consequences. And so far, I have not seen through my channels that there have been any arrests made, although there has been some statements to, you know, by, in fact, Freedom News now that the DA was looking into it and we're going to issue warrants for arrests for, you know, certain elements of crime. So that, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Fundamentally, most of these people do not do anything that breaks the law. Though it's not against the law to speak Arabic on it. And, you know, even if you were speaking it correctly or not, or just making it up, it isn't against the law for people to wear black clothing. And of course, everybody's wearing facial masks these days for obvious reasons. And it's not against the law to wander around a town and record, even if you're being super creepy about it. But there are certain elements of crime out there that in the totality, in the total aspect of what has transpired maybe over a few days that could become issues. And that's where I've always cautioned people is depending on the local statutes there in Michigan, pursuing somebody like that. And I've seen people charged with crimes on other audits in other states where there is a certain level of following that can be an element of a crime of harassment, and they've been charged with it.
Well, that's very true, Desert. I mean, I respect that absolutely, but there's a difference between somebody going out to incite people and being passive. A big difference.
And I agree with Judge Sentinel as well. What Freedom News Now did out there, there's nothing illegal about what he did. He could go out there, he could do it all. But let's remember, it is also very legal out there and literally poke a bear. Now, if you literally go out there and poke a bear, what do you think is going to happen to you? While very legal, is it necessarily safe to do? Now, he's obviously in Jackson. What was it? Jackson, Missouri? No, Jackson, Missouri. Was he in?
Michigan.
Michigan. Jackson, Michigan. Very small town. So, and he's out there talking in, you know, gibberish Arabic, which, you know, again, perfectly illegal for him to do. He's out there calling him racist, and perfectly legal for him to do. But it's not necessarily the smart thing to do. And you know he's doing it for a reaction. You don't go around speaking like that, saying those type of things without wanting a reaction. You don't do that. That's what he was doing. He was out there trying to get a reaction. He got the reaction. Now he's like, poor me, I got the reaction that I was trying to get.
Well, there's the one thing that I've seen in much of this, especially when it comes to the private sector, there's no point. People are reactionary, and people will behave badly, and people will react poorly. And the dangers of trying to, as you say, poke that bear and provoke that reaction will get you a reaction.
Exactly.
Now, but still, what point was he trying to make, that people in Jackson, Michigan aren't friendly? I do not know what the point is in all this when it comes to, as far as a civil rights aspect. I mean, what rights were being violated out there by the general public that he was trying to expose? I don't know.
I don't know either. I think maybe it was because with a lot of these frauditors or audit laws out there, they pick who they look, you know, focus on for some reasons. There was some sort of bad negative reaction. Like for, let's take Josh Havens, for example. He's had so many run-ins, so he obviously dislikes the police. He hates the police. That's why he focuses on the police. And some, on the other hand, I don't know why he focuses on post office so much. I really can't even take a guess on that one. Maybe they didn't have the stamp he liked one day. I don't know. That's just a guess. But with this guy, I think maybe something happened. Maybe he's like, I don't know, something happened in the city to where it got him all riled up. I can only assume. That's just my guess. That's the best guess I can come up with.
The only thing that I can imagine, it's an age-old script of you go out with your camera and you go to an area, and if you don't get a reaction from anybody within 30 to 45 minutes, you move on to the next location, and you continue to do that until you get a reaction. And then once you get that reaction, you have your content, and that's what people want to see on YouTube. When you're looking at it in a pure YouTube perspective, there's no point of putting up content that nobody's going to watch, correct?
No, agreed.
So you got to keep moving on until you finally catch that one person that's going to walk up to you and say anything at all, and then go through the script to create a confrontation. And that's how I've seen a lot of what's been produced out there lately. Is all it is wandering around until you get somebody to say something, that anything at all. I mean, it could be hello. I mean, there isn't anything that that will start it, just as long as you get somebody to make contact with you that you can exploit on and make your content.
Right.
Okay.
I will say this. I live in Maine. Okay, so I'm like 3,000 miles away or so from Kenny. But I can tell you this: up here in Maine, the state police, the sheriff's departments, all the local police are watching videos and getting training on how to deal with not only First Amendment auditors, but also subsets as well. I've even had training as a paramedic firefighter. I've had to go through courses. So the civilian world is actually starting to recognize what's going on.
Joining us right now is In Diver. What's going on? Welcome to the panel.
Hello, NJ. He's stalking me. I have a restraining order against him.
Oh.
I have yet to be served.
Oh yeah, it's coming. I got the thumb drive. It's coming.
All right, guys. So real quickly, we're gonna end this segment here, but just real quickly, we're gonna go around and how did you think, like, just your analysis of what do you think is going to happen during this? You think this is going to cause a mass exodus to Jackson, like kind of like what happened in where was that? The Texas area? I can't remember what place that was.
Leon Valley.
Yeah, Leon Valley. You think it's going to cause some sort of exodus down there? We'll start with Noli D.
I don't know. They are the people that are in control in that area seem to have a really good firm hold of that control. But the more people that know about what's going on there, eventually there's going to be pressure from above them to do the right thing. I think that what's been going on there is seriously fucked up. And I hope that the community itself is going to be okay. But if shit don't change and I live there, I would move in a heartbeat. There's no way I would stick around.
All right, James?
As for me, I mean, I wouldn't exodus anywhere. I live in the woods and I have, protection for my home. It's actually kind of scary out there. So I really don't know what's going to happen next.
I could be. Welcome to the panel, and go ahead and give since you didn't really give your opinion on the video, if you would like to do that first, you're more than
Hey,
welcome to.
how y'all going? How y'all going? And Jay, Desert, James, Noli D.
Hi.
You guys hear me okay?
Sure
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, no, I came in right if you guys were talking about that news now, dude, whatever it was, Freedom News, I'm sorry. I didn't, George is the guy that was fighting, I guess, to beat his ass, George Siegel.
Mm-hmm.
And on Facebook, I was talking to him, and he didn't know about his background. And I sent him a video that the frog made of him. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. I'm sure Desert and NJ have, of Freedom News background, his arrest history. Have you seen that?
I have not seen it.
Oh, okay. NJ and Desert, I guess you guys have, right?
I have the document. I haven't read it
Oh,
yet.
okay. Okay. All right. Well, probably Desert could tell you then, Kenny, if you don't.
I've seen it posted, have not read it.
Yeah, Kenny, the name of the YouTube channel is The Frog.
Okay.
Posted, I guess.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Diver.
He
What
was
about
saying
you?
he was saying that he had a knife in his pocket. That's why he had his hand in his pocket the whole time. That's what George was saying.
Oh, wow.
And speaking broken
Okay,
Arabic or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay, Diver.
I'm not all that familiar other than just having just now seen some of this video. What I did see tells me that this person wanted a reaction. He was there to get a reaction. There's been talk that
Exactly.
he's been there before.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen others do the same. And you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Unfortunately, people don't seem to realize that. And the way this community, in quotes, is reacting to these incidents nowadays, I really don't think anything's going to happen. Leon Valley was 2 years ago almost now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was when this auditing community was really starting to get going, if you will. And it had some smidgen of solidarity. But even in the Leon Valley groups that formed, you would see divisions. And even within the states, you see divisions of the groups within those states. I really don't see, especially in the circumstances we have now with the pandemic, with the travel restrictions that are out there to a certain extent, and with the fact that these states that you're talking about haven't even reached their peak yet of cases. I'm in a state that was number 2 for cases when this first started 4 months ago. And we're recovering. Unfortunately, the rest of the country hasn't learned from what we've done and are still doing. And what I can see from this little bit, you may get 1 or 2 people who are local, who either are unaware of his circumstances and prior instances might show up to show some sort of solidarity, but I really don't believe there's that in this community anymore.
That's fair enough. Desert, what about you?
Sorry, I was typing there. You hear me now?
Yes.
Maybe I didn't understand the question. An exodus from this town by the
No, I'm sorry. Exodus to the town by the auditors.
Oh, the auditors showing up there. I don't know how much draw Freedom News now has as far as too much collaboration with others. I mean, who knows? The other big issue again with all this is when you're looking at places like Alamos Park and Leon Valley, you were dealing with government entities. Now we are dealing with private citizenry and private business, and that leads you to a whole other realm of civil liabilities. You go and start messing with somebody's business like that, and you cause disruption with a business, they can come after you in court. Their ideals may not necessarily, and going after a business just because somebody is associated with the business, even a business owner, just because a business owner has the right to ask you to leave their business for pretty much almost any reason. And then you get upset with that. So what, you grab a whole bunch of people to show back up to protest that business, for no other reason than the person, had some sort of fear or misunderstanding of your purpose of going into their business. And if you were recording and wearing all black clothing and speaking in mock Arabic, I don't think that is covered under any Civil Rights Act. So you really have to be careful when it comes to private business.
Agreed.
Hey, Kenny, sorry to interrupt you. Just want to let you know, Jeff, the guy that was attacked with that attacked News Now Freedom or Freedom News Now, he's in chat right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Where is Jeff? Here is the link if you would like to come on. Just go ahead and click it. You don't have to fill out any
Facebook.
Hey, I will drop off so that he can get up here. I love you guys. I love everybody here. So let's not forget to pick somebody out for next week.
Yes, we will. I'll let you know who we end up getting picked.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah,
so Jeff, if you would like to come on in, that would be awesome. Well, Taze came on first.
Well, the only thing I can suggest that if there are any criminal actions that may take place, that it may not be a good idea for somebody to speak about the situation. Would be.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That they should discuss before they make any statement about anything. They should discuss that with their attorney.
Okay, right now, Taze, right now I can only add 6 people right now because I'm not paying for it, so only have 6 people. So we're still waiting for Noli to. Well, here, there we go.
I can drop off if you want, Kenny.
No, that's fine. You can stay. We have Taze. We'll get Taze in here real quick. What's up, Taze? Welcome. And when he comes backstage, it'll show that he's backstage, so I'll know.
Yeah, well, Jeff is saying in chat that I guess he wants a number.
What's my number?
Taze is always backstage.
Taze is always backstage. Okay, hold on. Let me get my. Hold on. My Google number. I don't know it by heart yet. So.
Okay. Online, you can put it in private, and then I could type it to him in Facebook.
Oh no, I can put it in. It's on all my. It's on all my videos, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I have a quick question for Taze. Are you an ex-police officer?
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me or not.
I heard you, but I don't think you're hearing me.
I didn't hear an answer, no.
Yeah, I can barely hear him.
Well, this sucks, but no, I'm not an ex-police officer, nor am I a current police officer. Nor have I ever wanted to be a police officer.
No, it's the reason I ask is because your moniker is from an ex-police officer's, the title of one of his videos that he put out last year.
Really? Well, I've had this name for longer than a year, so I don't know. Hey, but I want to say something. I don't have a knife in my pocket. I'm just happy to see no ED.
Aren't we all happy to see no ED?
Can you guys hear me better now, or am I still?
You sound like you're in a trash can.
Yeah, you do sound like you're in a trash can.
Well, I'm in my car. It kind of is.
Well, Taze, take the lid off the trash can. We can hear you better.
Yeah. My car is kind of. I'm on my way to Best Buy. Hey, have you ever seen that movie? It's got Joe Pesci and I forget. It's where they're in Las Vegas. They're gangsters.
Hey, how's it going?
Casino.
Casino.
Yeah, you ever saw that? So my favorite scene in that movie is where Pesci is talking to that investment guy, and he had made an investment, all his money, and Pesci said he wanted his money back. And the guy says, "Well, I told you, it's whenever you invest, it's a risk." And Pesci told the guy, he says, "If I don't get my money back within a certain length of time," he goes, "I'm gonna put you in the hospital, and I'm gonna go to jail for it, but I don't care. And about the time you get out of your coma will be the time I'm coming out of jail, and I'm gonna come and do it again." So basically, that's the way I feel about auditors. Someone come audit my town, but I don't care. But I'm not gonna just stand there. I mean, if you're harassing people, I'm not gonna stand there. If you're just filming, no problem.
Yeah, him being dressed in black and talking Arabic, he's trying to be like her.
Well, Furry did come through my town. I didn't know about it until after it was
on the
over
phone
with.
with Jeff right now. So just give me a minute.
Furry did come through my town. I didn't know about it until after it was over with. He came and audited on his way to the gay pride parade, the last one they had, and harassed a homeless family. A homeless family who spoke English, but it wasn't their first language. They didn't know what was going on. There were kids involved. There was a man and his wife and his children living in a motorhome because that's the only thing they could afford to live in, and he harassed the hell out of them.
Yeah, figures.
Well, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I would.
Either.
Hey, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna step down. So I was having a little conversation with Noe D about sex offender registries and whatnot. So I don't care if somebody's got a record for anything except for two separate things. If you got a sex offense or if you got a domestic violence offense, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Okay? I don't like sex offenders and I don't like woman beaters. Now, at least 3 years ago, I put a challenge out to this community that nobody has picked up on. Put together a list of auditors / cop watchers who don't have a sex crime or a woman beating crime on their record. I will put together a list of those that do. I bet you my list will be longer.
I bet your list will be short if you're talking about that case, if they don't have a felon or something like that on the record.
I don't care about felons. Hey, you steal a car, you burglarize a house, you rob somebody, you do your time, I'm all for forgiving you. Get on with your life. But if you got a sex offense in your background or you beat on a woman in your background, I don't have anything to do with you.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And that runs rampant in this / community. So I would question myself if I got involved with a bunch of people and the majority of that group of people have one of those two things in their background, I don't want to be part of that group.
That's funny, Taze. I mean, in my little tiny town, we have all the sex offenders and everything's pictures posted on our local store.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. You look at some of these guys that I know of, that are working jobs that are with the public, that if parents of their, the customers where they work, if their parents and their parents, and they knew that person had a history of that, would let you know that. But
yep,
you kind of walk a real thin, narrow line. When you notify people of that, it could become an harassment deal, because you can't harass somebody over being on a sex.
No, it's still public knowledge.
Okay, hey guys, so I have Jeff here.
Oh, you
Sorry
got
to
Jeff?
interrupt you guys. Yeah, Jeff, he's ready.
Right, cool.
So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce. This is Jeff. He's the guy that was confronting Freedom News Now. Jeff, why don't you go ahead and say hi to everyone?
How's it going, everybody?
Can you guys hear that?
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
All right, so he can't hear you guys, just so you know. But if you guys have any questions to him, I will go ahead and pose them to him because he's on the phone right now. Okay, so Jeff was just telling me, Jeff, you were telling me about how this wasn't the first time he has been in community. Why don't you go ahead and let us know about that?
Noticed this gentleman in all black with a hat, glasses, face covering. He wasn't like a camera. This is for me knowing any other background. Looked up, and I said, are you busy? We've had friends with him in town in the coming years. Generally, that their uniform is all black, face mask covering, so that they can hide their identity. He then doesn't speak in English. He speaks from mock Middle Eastern country, and then starts reaching for his backside as if he had a weapon. I'm kind of stuck at that moment. Am I stay here or do I go? Now, if I go, there's a potentiality that if he does have a weapon, he can get me from behind. Or worse, he could do something to somebody else inside the store or himself, for that matter.
He's low, Kenny.
Right.
Oh.
So, Jeff, how many times has this guy been around?
I think Kenny lost us and him.
Yeah, Kenny, you muted your mic.
He walked into the local police department, face covered with an AR, and they almost killed him.
Okay.
He's now doing some time for that. Their whole idea is to get a reaction. But he'll do it. He's not going to speak. He's not going to show his face. People assume they don't know his name. They don't know who he is by name. He doesn't like the thing Justin McDermott put out in his video. And there's a reason for him begging for money on PayPal. So, that's his MO, is to act under the premise of the First Amendment, but he's kind of teetering on the line of harassment, stalking, domestic terrorism. There's a thin line between the First Amendment and domestic terrorism. And I can guarantee you that all the listeners that are out there, trust me, I would do the same thing for you if I had to. However,
Yeah, Kenny, come. We can't hear.
What's going on?
I also still am so that I want to get. I know that this town that I live in is liberal, democratically run. They favor this gentleman because he's still out. He was at the Constitution office, I believe 5 days ago, standing in the corner where there's no flag. Flag hat, camera, flag glove, harassing the people in there.
Okay. Okay, Jeff, I'm gonna stop you right there because no one's like we're having like a really hard time hearing you. Sorry guys, this is like really last minute. But Jeff, after the show, I'll go ahead and get in contact with you and we'll just do a better version. Like we'll just do it to where we can get clear on the audio because right now it's just no one's really able to understand you right now. So yeah. Okay.
Doctor his video while he was in the hospital. And that's exactly what he did. So that he claimed that he was the victim of a crime that he had.
Right. Right. Well, I'll definitely give you a call after this. I'll give you a call after the stream, man. Then we'll work something out to make it a little better, so that way everyone can hear you. Sorry, this didn't work out too well. We'll get together. All right. Sorry. Later, man.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay. We'll do better when we can get some sort of better audio. I'll be able to record the phone call. Blah 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 blah. It's easier that way because no one is really understanding him.
He's probably not near a computer. He's probably on his phone or something.
Yeah, he was on his phone. That's what was happening. He called in. All right, so we're going to leave the Freedom News now alone for right now. And last night, I was looking and I noticed that the Tucson City Ordinance, they took it down. It's no longer an ordinance, the one that was against the First Amendment auditors. It has been taken down. They're hoping to maybe get it put back up, reworded it. But as of right now, it was passing. It was like only one councilman was against taking it down. Everyone else was like, no, we're just going to go ahead and do it because, the climate of the country. I just want to ask some people on the panel, what do you guys think of that? Do you think that was the right move? Do you think it was worded improperly, or what do you think? Desert?
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Probably would require the reasoning why was it taken down, because it was actually challenged in court. Was there something unconstitutional about it, or is this just a political move?
This is just a political move. Basically, Ice Cube decided people noticed it. Ice Cube noticed it online. That he started this online campaign like, hey, man, they don't want us recording the police. And then all of a sudden, everybody started getting on it. And then they said, okay, we'll take a look at it. And they took a look at it, and now it's down. That's essentially what happened.
Well, yeah, and Ice Cube knows little about nothing. So he just saw that there was a city ordinance put into place to keep people from recording law enforcement, which was not the case. That was not what the ordinance was about. It was about interfering. So, there you go. You get a big name player in, and they bend to the political will of the people. A very small percentage of them. I'm certain that there's others within that community that would speak otherwise. So we'll see if the locals have anything to say about it, if they will go and talk to the city and take it to them and say, no, we thought this was a good thing, you need to put it back into place. We'll see how those political winds blow.
Well, thank you for the super chat, Murpha, and thank you also, Greg, for your super chat as well. So the article I read pretty much was like, I think most of those council members weren't really too worried about it because they're saying, well, when everything dies down, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and get it back in, but we're going to reword it, see if we can change the language to better suit the needs. But it's just going to take another kind of like swing like it did with the whole BLM thing, and you're just going to have the issue again. But like you were saying, it wasn't about stopping people from filming the police, which is what I think everyone needs to get their heads around, and which is what
he definitely didn't read it, because it said right in the ordinance that they recognize people's right to record police in public.
Yeah.
And in my research, I found 2 other towns that did it a little bit differently. There is a town in Punta Gorda, Florida, in response to a certain auditor, created limited public forums in the entirety of their municipal properties. And they subsequently tightened what you can do within those limited public forums. And there's a municipality in Kansas City that basically did the same.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you guys both. I think it was totally a political move. They're just they're trying to appease the masses at this moment. All right.
Well, it was on ICE's part. It was a total misinterpretation, obviously, where he's saying, "Oh, they can't film police." Yeah, you can in that area. I believe that's, unless I'm mistaken, that's the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, Desert.
I believe they are. I was going to make that point as well. Carry on.
Yeah, and there's a decision already made in that circuit long time ago compared to others, that you can. So again, it's rhetoric, it's politics, it's how it's the spin. It's how you spin it to the public as to whether or not the court of public opinion is going to go your way, unfortunately. And the truth, unfortunately, in this case, won't will out until the municipal fathers there decide that they're going to do it a different way. And it'll be interesting to see if they don't go the route of public forum.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move on here from this. Now we're going to go on to what we were originally going to do, the people versus frauditors. So we need to decide who exactly we're going to be talking about. And I also want to ask either one of you, did you guys either want to be part of this? Did you guys want to be on the side that's prosecuting or defending the auditors? Either one of you? Desert?
You know what? I'll play the devil's advocate.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, so it'll be you and Noli D. And Noli's not right now, but you guys are gonna have a week to put your guys' case together. So you have her number now, right? So you guys will be able to talk about it and all that. So right now, we're gonna figure out who it's gonna be, and now we have 2 people to defend, which is, I thought it would be easier to find people to prosecute these guys than defend, but it was easier to find defenders, amazingly enough. So we still need some people to prosecute. So Diver, would you like to be a part of that?
I'd rather remain neutral, thank you. I've already been accused of being a bootlicker.
Fair enough. James Smith, what about you?
I am kind of on the fence. I mean, because there are some that I don't like, and there are some that are actually doing the right thing.
Agreed. So I guess you'd rather see who's first before you decided?
There's more cons than pros. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well, think about it. What about you, Greg?
Well, for me, defending them will be virtually impossible because I could really see nothing to defend. And yet, prosecuting, I'm kind of on the fence too with that.
It's all in good fun, guys.
All right, you know what? I'll prosecute. I've always wanted to be
All
a
right.
prosecutor, anyways.
There you go.
All
so
right,
we have,
I will too. Then I'm
All right,
with
so-
him.
all right, so James and Greg, you guys will each have a week. So next Saturday, get your calendar ready. Next Saturday, we're gonna start. You guys have each a week. You guys can make a little video if you want. You can produce any kind of evidence to back up your claims. And then the verdict, the jury will be anybody that is in the chat room. And then that's how we'll do it. Desert, again, you have a week. So you're going to work with Noli D. You guys will be working against Desert Sentinel and Noli D. And the people that are here right now, all right, so we're going to go ahead and figure out who we want. So,
all right.
I have a
Kenny,
list of people. Yes.
Can I use Black's Law's dictionary?
Yeah,
sure
me
can.
too.
You sure can.
Well, which one should I use? The 1912 one or the
You can use
1854
it. You can use the
one?
Magna Carta if you wanted. Even you could use the British Constitution if you wanted to.
Oh, even better. I'll go read that.
I'm gonna call Chuck. I'm gonna call Chuck over in Australia. He knows all about the Magna Carta.
There we go. All right, guys. So
I got
we're
one
now gonna.
question though.
Okay, go ahead.
What are the charges?
That's what we're going to come up with. We're going to come up with the charges. It is the prosecutors. They're the ones that are coming up with the charges. The charges will be read next Saturday. Right now, we're just getting everything set up for right now. Give you guys a chance to come up with charges, come up with, a plan.
Okay. Before Saturday, I'm filing my motion for discovery. So I'll need.
Okay,
those
sounds good. All right. All right, guys. So who are we going to do?
It's going to be kind of hard, actually.
That's a
send
cable
it-
channel, isn't it? Desert.
Well, yeah. You can send it to desertsentinel@gmail.
Okay, there you go.
All lowercase, one
Oh,
word.
you got it.
But we have a right to discovery.
No, agreed. You and Oli did. All right, guys. So who are we going to have first? All right. So you guys each get one vote. A one for if you want this person, and anyone up on the panel, you guys are able to vote as well. So first off, News Now Patrick. Who wants News Now Patrick to be the first one prosecuted under our courtroom? We have one for News Now Patrick. We have.
Oh yeah.
We have a panelist who wants News Now Patrick to be on there. Busy doesn't. We have one from MJ.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
It's we're trying to figure out if Patty is going to be the choice. We're voting right now.
Whatever
All right,
you
so-
want, whomever you wish to put on the chopping block or the guillotine makes no
Sounds good.
difference to me, really.
Well, I know. I understand. I want the people to be able to do it. So, all right. So we're not going to. It looks like it's probably not going to be Patty. Let's move on with how about why not Glenn Syria?
Oh God, Glenn Serio.
Give me a
I
two.
could throw him under the bus.
Absolutely. I'll give you like 8 ones.
All right.
Does being racist is a crime? Because I'll being guilty.
Just being his self is a crime.
Oh yeah, his very existence. I like that.
All right, so 2 for Greg. 2 for Glenn. Who wants to see Glenn? All right, so we got some 2s coming in. May of course wants it.
Yep.
And we got the prosecutors would love to prosecute Glenn.
Yeah, I have to watch a bunch of his videos and look him up. Except I don't know how to look up his background information.
And flag him.
Basketball
And
Report.
flag him while you do it.
Busy's a 2. Cliff Hickson's a 2. All right, you know what? Let's just call it. We'll just call it. It'll be Glenn. Glenn will be your guys' first.
Yeah.
Glenn will do it. We'll just have it be Glenn. All right, so Glenn's going to be our first person now.
Yeah, he blocked me.
Oh wow.
Who,
okay,
Glenn?
so
What statute is blocking a criminal act?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The statue is using the First Amendment on their channel.
You guys better
That
do your
statue.
homework.
Well,
You guys better do your homework.
I told him off. He didn't like it.
Oh, what'd you say to him?
I called him a bunch of bad names and stuff.
And Glenn, if Glenn happens to be watching this, he's more than welcome to come on and defend himself too. But to be fair, Glenn, you actually got two pretty competent people that are defending you. You should be quite happy. You got Desert Sentinel who's willing to defend you, and Noli. It's gonna be. You guys have your James and Greg. You guys have your work cut out for you. You guys might want to get a couple more prosecutors in on this because you guys are gonna. Yeah, you guys have your work cut out for you.
I've advised.
I'm still gonna have to do homework though.
I've advised my client not to testify on his behalf in court.
Does it matter if my client's in the back of a in a trunk?
What?
Tied up? Would that count?
He's in a van. He's in a van down by the river.
Yeah, his little rapist van.
Glenn Desert says, "Don't come on." I say, "Come on," because I think that would help the prosecution. So you should come on, buddy.
You know, I'm not prejudiced at all, Kenny. I have African Americans and Asians in my family, so not at all. So I don't like Glenn.
I'm writing my motion now to change the jurisdiction of this court because the judge is obviously biased.
Move it to Maine.
Unfortunately, so is the jury. Look at the comment section. The jury is completely and utterly biased.
Oh,
I'm afraid to look at it.
Selection. Well, we will have jury selection.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got. If we're having a court, we got to do official jury duty. We already got the prosecutors, defenders, judge. Go all out.
So we'll do jury
I can
selection.
I can bring my brother-in-law and my nieces and nephews on, right?
If they have any pertinent information on Glenn, sure.
Well, they're African American Asian.
Well, if you can get it past the defense, I don't think it's gonna fly though.
I'm of mixed race, so there's no prejudice.
Well, I mean, I've passed on all of this stuff to them, and they are in a seethful mood, so maybe they wouldn't be good. They're a little upset.
All right, so I want to give each side a minute here to kind of give us an idea of what exactly they are going to be looking to prove here. Just kind of like, we'll call it like sort of a little press conference. We'll go ahead and give the defense a chance. So you now know who you are defending. Do you think, is there going to be, do you think this is going to be an easy slam dunk case, or what is your strategy going into this? Desert.
Oh, I'm not going to reveal my strategies with the prosecution in the room.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
Fair enough. Okay, what about the prosecution? Are you guys willing to share anything, or are you guys going to take the Desert Sentinels approach?
Well, I'm just going to expose him, as he already has been, as a racist and a very violent person.
Okay. Fizzy thinks that Desert will try and buy off the jury. Is that true, Desert? You're going to try and buy off the jury?
Oh, no. I mean, and as far as Fizzy is concerned, he's on the top of my list to reject as part of any jury pool at this point. So thank you, Fizzy.
Wow.
All right, Chase, welcome back.
That is funny.
Chase, what about you? Do you want to help James and Diver here on the defense? I mean, on the prosecution? Are you there, Chase?
Hi, Taze.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here. I'm busy compiling the documentation on the repeal of that Tucson ordinance.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, Kenny, I'm biracial myself. I'm half Scottish, half Irish.
Okay. Well, Taco, you're gonna have to make sure that you are unbiased because Desert and Nully are not gonna they're not gonna let you go on if you're biased. So everyone is gonna be who wants to be on the jury. I know it's gonna be hard. But you guys are gonna have to look at it fairly and not let your prejudice guide you. Let the case as it's being presented to you sway you. So that way it's fair.
I am absolutely colorblind, Kenny.
All right. Sounds good.
So am I, but you know, they make glasses that overcome that.
What?
That's a joke. Never mind. Hey, we need to do a trial on Desert Sentinel also.
Really?
Yeah. He was representing himself as being, he faked his own death. I fully requested his death certificate. They got nothing.
Oh, wow.
But was there any monetary gain or any other sort of gain that you were able to discover?
You somehow got custody of a pony.
I think he owns me.
Here's an idea, Glenn. Here's an idea for the prosecutors or the defense is plead insanity, Glenn, that he's insane. The insanity defense. That's gonna be hard to prove. No, that wouldn't be that hard to prove, honestly. Just throw up videos. They'll prove itself. But that's a cop out. Come on, now. I think they want a challenge. That's why they went on the defense because they want a challenge. Because this is going to prove very challenging.
So, are you ordering a competency hearing right now?
No, not right now. We're not ordering a competency hearing unless you guys bring it up. Then we will. But for right now, we're just.
This must be a movie day for me. You ever see that movie Justice for All?
No, I haven't.
With the guy's a lawyer. I can't think of the name of the actor. It's a where he's defending a judge who is where he's being accused of it was a sexual crime, and he hated this judge and the judge hated him, and the reason they picked him to represent him was that they figured it would look good because they're going, everybody knows he hates his judge, but he's defending him, so obviously he must be innocent. And at the very end of the movie, at the trial, when he finds out the judge actually did it, and he tells the jury, my client is guilty and should go right the fuck in jail. So let me defend Syria because I want to pull that. I want to pull that my client's guilty.
Desert Sentinel, do you accept Hayes' co-counsel?
I was just listening to that. I don't know until I confer with my with Noli.
You know, my tongue was firmly in cheek about that. I don't want to defend any auditor.
Okay. Well, you can always be on the prosecution.
Basically,
yes, Hayes, but will you prosecute?
Yeah, will you prosecute?
Who would I prosecute?
Yeah, will you help James and Diver prosecute?
I can't think of any auditor who I wouldn't prosecute other than maybe Nasty Nathaniel. Because they're all pieces of crap as far as I'm concerned. Some of them
but can you prove
better than the others? But they all got some bad stuff.
Can you prove beyond a shadow of a doubt in a court of law that they're a piece of crap according to the law, Taze?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, that whole thing is shadow of a doubt. That's a Hollywood thing, because they don't say that in court. They don't say a shadow of doubt. They say a reasonable doubt. So,
well, I can say this, Desert. Can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Glenn is a piece of crap. Just watch his freaking videos. Dude, you already lost.
Well, back again to what are the charges that, according to the state, that are being levied against my client? That's what we will be defending, aren't we?
That is true. He's got a point there.
Defend the hate crime.
Yeah, hate crime all the way.
Give me the statute.
I gotta disagree on that. As much as I dislike people who use racial epithets and stuff, because I myself, one of you said that you have people of different races in your family, and I can say the same thing. You come to my family functions, you're gonna see white people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people. I mean, we run the whole gamut. So, what my favorite thing to say is, you know how some people say, I'm not a racist. Some of my closest friends are black or whatever. You know, I say, I say some of my closest family members are, and then fill in the blank. Some of the people that I love more in this whole world are of different races. So, I think
so's my ex-wife.
I think that calling somebody a racial name, especially some carry more weight than others. The N-word, obviously. Calling somebody that, I don't think that's any sort of a hate crime.
Well, my ex-wife Tace used to call me a cracker.
Well, it's because your name is Ritz.
No, my name is James.
Yeah.
Hello. James Smith. Pretty generic.
That was a bad joke.
That is true.
I'm the Ritz cracker you buy at the Family Dollar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're the Ritz cracker, could I get like a discount? Because y'all crackers are like addicting.
Yeah, I know. 99 cents all day long.
So, hey,
All
Kenny,
right,
I want to come back up because I forgot. Every time I come on a panel, I always want to do little shout outs, and I always forget. So I just want to say hello to the Desert Sentinel, to you, of course, to May, to Noli D, and no panel is complete without a shout out to Wilma Dickfit. I don't even know if Wilma's here, but you got to shout out Wilma Dickfit.
And don't forget Vlad.
Oh yeah, I want to shout him out too. My little friend, I guess. Whoever gets first.
Greg's been getting the better of Vlad recently.
Sorry, Kenny, I was having technical difficulties on my phone. So I did not hear any of the questions you asked about.
Also, it's funny because I was just thinking I should shout out I Could Be. And I look in the chat and he's like, thanks a lot. I Could Be. And also Mr. Diver from New Jersey. And who am I missing? I'm probably forgetting somebody.
James from Maine.
James.
Oh, don't forget Patty. He's probably hanging out somewhere in chat.
Who is?
Patty. Hanging out.
Patty.
Oh, of course. He likes it. He loves the channel.
As in Patrick, what you call it?
Wow,
hey,
yeah.
Patrick,
he loves the channel.
Patrick, if you are listening to this, man, I got an idea to make you some money, and I don't know why you don't do this. Your mother's hotel is supposedly haunted, man. Let's open that up to like a haunted location. We'll make a ton of money.
Good point. I'm surprised he hasn't thought of that.
Wow.
Because his mother owned that rundown hotel that supposedly it's got a reputation of being haunted. Man, if somebody did it right and did ghost tours in that place, you could make a ton of money.
Really could. You're absolutely right. You totally could.
Hey, I want to do that. I don't know what these frauditors get off, but if I would do videos on that.
Oh no, hey man, so they make somewhere between, depending on the frauditor you ask, they make between $4,000 and $12,000 a month. Yes, some of them are still with money. So
I was just about to say that.
Wow.
According to them,
maybe I should be a frauditor. Good
Lord.
Lord.
There's money in it, apparently. Hell, Silent. Well, yeah, I forgot his name. Silent Boy. Apparently, he makes $4,000 a month too. But one thing I will
So
say on
just
Silent Boy's defense,
just by going,
I don't see with Silent Boy. I never see a PayPal link, so I'm assuming he doesn't get PayPal donations.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't see any PayPal links on any of his videos ever.
Wow.
Hey, one more shout out. I got to shout out to Comfort.
that's the most unusual for a frauditor.
Exactly. So I thought that was it.
I think I would try and figure out how to find my niche on YouTube to where somebody who had put out quite a few videos of making super sour smoothies out of Skittles and is making $17,000 a day.
Wow.
People aim a little too low in this genre that, 4,000.
Gee, you think?
And risking your freedom doing it. And you got these guys that are making some pretty just generic, silly videos out there making millions a year. So,
There's a downside to that, though, Brian. There's a downside because I make like $17,000 a day, but my expenses are $20,000. So,
there you go. You got to stop. You have to stop buying. You have to stop buying boxers. You have quite a large collection.
Boxer brief, man.
All the way, briefs all the way.
I don't want to take sides.
It's kind of an obsession. It's a little bit of a habit, and obviously you're not gaining by it. So,
and it's like, you guys probably don't know this about me because I never told you, but I'm a huge Elvis fan, right? And Elvis used to wear a cross and a Star of David on a gold chain. And he was asked one time, why do you have a cross and a Star of David? And he goes, because I don't want to miss out on heaven because of a technicality.
Yeah. So that reminds me of that scene in The Mummy where that one guy, he's like the mummy's, he's like trained all these different, he has all these necklaces on. He does a Star of David, then he does a cross, then he has Buddha. I mean, it just goes on. That's what that reminds me of. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So,
so last summer, I was down to the VA hospital and there was a bunch of us vets there, and some guy comes in with a camera and a phone, and he ended up getting escorted out of the building by us because we all wanted to go out and have a smoke. Mm-hmm. And he fell on the ground and broke his camera and all kinds of stuff, right? And then 2 days later, he was over at the Augusta Airport, which is a National Guard base, and he trespassed, and they put him down too and arrested him.
Wow!
I've never seen the guy since.
Yeah, well, I get my medical care.
It was awesome.
I get my medical care at the VA also, and I've never seen anybody audit while I've been there. But yeah, I can see that. Why you want to audit?
No, this guy come right in the lobby. There was like 6 or 7 of us standing around, and he was shoving his camera on our face and jabbering this and jabbering that. And we decided we wanted to go out and have a smoke. So we went out to have a smoke. And unfortunately, he was caught up in the tide and he fell down the stairs and whatever. His phone went flying away into the pickup drop off, and a car ran over it. And then a security guard come out and with a butler and a broom and swept up all the pieces and said, well, that's probably a safety hazard.
Hey, Ricky Johnston, we don't stick up for scumbags. We're not sticking up for you.
I had no idea that was going to happen, but it was kind of funny.
All right, for everybody who's just joining us, we're we have it set up. The People vs. Frauditors, our very first victim, so to speak, will be Glenn Serio, aka Auditing the USA. And on the defense will be Desert Sentinel himself and Noli D. And so far we have on the prosecution side, it will be one Gregory Santiago and Jane Smith. And if anybody else would like to join on either side, I'm sure we could get you guys involved in all that. And of course, we're going to be starting again next week. If you do get involved, you're more than likely going to want to be, for at least for the next foreseeable few weeks, have a Saturday, free so you guys can come on and all that. That way, And like I said,
I'm hoping I was hoping Taze would get off the fence and drop on our side.
Yeah, right.
I think you guys should be trying to angle for May to come on.
You want me on,
great.
if you want me on your side,
hey, come on.
PayPal
May
me.
would be great. You guys need to try and convince May Chong to come on the prosecution side. She would
absolutely.
May would help a whole lot. I think that should be your number one target.
And maybe Jimmy too.
Or Vlad too.
May is scared of me. It's obvious. She's scared of me.
Send Taze a box of boxer briefs. He'll be on your team. No problem.
Get Vlad, May, and Jimmy on here. I mean, you guys, you defending you're done.
Oh yeah, I could agree.
I don't know. Desert Sentinel and only know their stuff, and I think you guys, even with May, I think you guys are still going to have a hard time because of. I just have a feeling you guys are going to have a hard time. But I think May would give you guys a big boost. So try and convince May.
All right.
Come on, May.
Good.
No, not prostitution. The prosecution.
Yeah, where did that come from?
What the fuck?
Prostitution.
Prostitution. This is a courtroom.
The death penalty. What do you say, Jimmy? You want to get involved?
Yeah, I have another theory too about the auditing cop watching community.
What's your theory?
And well, I mean, this is just I just get a gut feeling. So I'm not gonna be able to offer proof or anything like that. But it seems to me like most of the people that are involved with this have had a life without a strong male presence to guide them as they were growing up or whatever.
Well, I could second that because I didn't have a male influence in my life, but I also know excuse me, responsibility and all that, unlike these guys. So
well, someone's trying to. I didn't even know someone was trying to get in. My bad. Miss J, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you down there.
Miss J.
Hello.
Who is that?
Sorry about that. How are you doing?
Okay, been out driving around.
Oh, cool. Right on. Glad you're
Make
able
sure you
to
don't
catch
get a
them on the
ticket.
street. Yeah. Make sure you have a hand device.
So I'm on my phone and can't see who's on panel. Who's that talking?
Miss J.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Joe.
I didn't have a signal for most of the time, so that's why I just jumped on now.
Is this Mrs. J?
Yes.
Hi, Mrs. J. I love you.
Hi, who's this? Taze?
No, it's James.
Oh, hi, James.
Hi. How's Mr. J doing?
He's
Good. Driving.
He's driving.
He's driving.
Yeah.
I was Mr. J and all the little J's. Little J Jr. and...
Yeah, all my kids...
I heard Taze on here. Hi, Taze.
How you doing?
Okay.
What about you, Miss J, or
Desert?
Mr. J? Would you guys like to in the prosecution or the
with Glenn?
For Glenn.
Yeah.
For
Prosecution. Prosecution.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Welcome to the team, Mrs. J.
There's no way he is undefendable. No, there's no way.
Well, Desert and another one is trying to defend him, so we need more on our prosecution team.
Yes, because Desert is good. So yeah.
Noli D is good
He
too.
is.
So Noli
Oh
D
yeah, he is.
He has a defensive dream team. He couldn't ask for much better unless he had like Johnny Cochran or something like that. Ghost of Johnny Cochran.
That's awesome, Kenny.
Do you know what Johnny Cochran would say if he was still alive?
What do you think? What?
If he was still alive, you know what he'd say?
What?
Let me out of this box.
Yeah, it's true.
Hold on, I'm about to show my age. But who's Jimmy Cochran?
Oh my God!
I know I'm showing my age.
Oh,
O.J. Simpson trial.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, okay. I was like 5 when that happened.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran.
Where's my
when that trial was on? I was working nights, so I used to watch it every day, man. I was like addicted to that.
I know, right?
And then when they had they said, okay, we're gonna have we're gonna read the verdict. So I turned the TV on and I was laying down in bed and I fell asleep and I missed the verdict after watching the whole trial.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
That's sad.
That is.
I mean, you guys know where OJ's other glove is, right? Michael Jackson has it.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are wrong.
I know that's wrong. I'm sorry.
It's wrong,
doesn't even fit him either. It doesn't fit him either.
Okay, let me tell you something. This is actually the truth, 100% truth. So I don't know if you ever follow that trial, they had they took the jury to his house. Does anybody remember that? On a tour of his house?
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay. So what the defense team did was they went through the house, kind of like staging it to make it look better for their client.
Right.
So when the jury came through, they had a fire burning in the fireplace, making it look all cozy and family-like and everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the first things that they noticed when they went into the house to stage for OJ was that every single picture he had on the wall was of white people, not one single black person. So they took all the pictures down and they put pictures of their own families up there so that there would be pictures of black people on his wall.
Yep.
You believe that?
I heard about that.
They really did that?
That's a true story.
It is true.
Oh my God.
So
Hey, my God, you're showing your age.
I'm getting
You're showing your age, Days.
What's that?
I said I'm getting one hell of a education today.
Well, OJ walked into his house
Because I was more into playing
I know
outside
people
or watching TV, cartoons.
What cartoons were you watching?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Never even heard of that.
Rugrats.
I know Rugrats.
Rugrats? My grandchildren watch Rugrats.
Is it still on?
I don't know.
I know there's a cartoon that they're all grown. They're like teenagers now. I saw that.
Good Lord.
Original, all that.
This panel has sort of devolved, hasn't it? Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 57, so Desert, you're going down.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
How about Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yes.
Oh, that was
Ed,
a
and
good
Eddie.
Yeah.
and angry beavers.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I wasn't really a big fan of that. I liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time.
I'm gonna lay off of that one. I'm not gonna say a word about it.
I used to watch the Big Red Dog. What the hell was his name?
Clifford.
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 Whatever happened to like Quick Draw McGraw and Yogi Bear and Huckleberry Hound and those guys, man?
They're still around.
You can still watch them on YouTube.
There you go, Randy and Stimpy. Yeah,
you can watch
Underdog.
I used to watch the Canadian show with the moose and the little Bullwinkle. Thank you.
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah.
Used to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle and the little shithead that used to end up being on the railroad tracks and shit. Or he put women on the railroad tracks, right?
Right.
Try to cut the head off.
Yeah.
What?
No, I mean, I know it's not even politically correct nowadays, but
you were watching Deadly Do Right.
Oh, thank you.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you
That
just
sounds
gave
familiar.
away your age too.
Hey, Brian, you seem to know a lot about Russian history. Is that not correct?
A little bit, yeah.
So I was reading about Russia during the time of the when they were getting rid of the Tsar and killing his family and Anastasia and all that. And there was a major player. His name was Boris Godunov. Okay, swear to God, that was his name. Boris Godunov.
I remember that.
And I thought, is that where they got that name? That cartoon name, Boris Godunov? Was that a play on that?
I don't know. It could have been.
Wow.
Yeah, but most of my studies were just basically military offenses in the Great Patriotic War, as they would call it during World War II. Not too much into the Russian Revolution, the Reds and the Whites. I know a spattering of it and a little bit of the actions that happened during World War I, but
yeah,
mostly my studies were on the individual servicemen that participated in that war.
Wow.
All of them?
Well, I mean, in general, you pick a battle, you pick a company, and there's you can glean a certain level of what individuals went through during the war. That's kind of where my studies go.
My great grandfather was in World War I. My grandfather was in both World War II and the Korean War.
Oh,
My
wow.
father was in the Vietnam War. I joined the service too late for the Vietnam War, but I was in the Gulf War and a couple of other campaigns or what have you. I put my 20 years, which ended up being almost 21, in, and there you go.
My grandfather was also in the Korean War. He was a tank operator.
Whose side was he on?
Whose side? Come on, Taze.
Are you kidding me, Taze?
Hey, I used to have these. I used to have a couple of friends. They're long gone, but when I was a young man, I used to love talking to these guys. They were both veterans. One of them was a veteran of the U.S. Army during World War II, and the other one was a veteran of the German Army in World War II. And they were both captured and served out the war as POWs, and they were the best of friends, right? So, my friend who was American was captured spent the war as a POW in Germany. escaped one time, and when they brought him back, they beat the hell out of him. And the German guy, I asked him, I go, hey, did you ever try to escape? And he goes, are you kidding? I never had it so good. I'm getting fed 3 meals a day.
Right.
I was warm. They sent all the German POWs to the States. They were all over, mostly in the South, Arkansas. They'd have camps out there, and a lot of times
they had 3 camps in Maine.
They'd have passes where they can go into town on weekends, and
yeah, that is true. I worked with a gentleman who grew up during World War II as a young man. He was never in the country with the Korean conflict, but he was in the Army Air Corps when it became the United States Air Force, and he trained forward observers. But he spoke to me about the camps with the German POWs, and yes, it wasn't uncommon for the POWs to be let out to go into town, and because where else were they going to go? They weren't right. Going anywhere. They were in the middle of the Midwest. They couldn't walk far.
Yeah.
Many of them settled. Many of them settled after the war because.
But they had to go back first, from what I understand. There's a pretty good YouTube video about the last German POW because he escaped in the United States and lived here under an assumed name until, I don't know, it was like the 1970s or something like that when he finally turned himself in. And the reason that he escaped was the war was winding down, and they were giving word that when the war ended, they were going to be transported back to wherever their home in Germany was. And the guys that lived in areas of Germany that were now under Soviet occupation, Soviet rule, they didn't want to go there. They wanted to go where, Americans were occupying it or under American rules. And so this guy was from an area of Germany that was under Soviet rule. He just left the camp. He just walked out, jumped on a train, and he was gone. And then he took up a name and he established a life under this name and got married. And his wife wanted to go somewhere where he needed a passport. And obviously, he couldn't get one. And he was always very secretive about why he couldn't get a passport. And she was like, I'm going to leave you because obviously you're hiding something that's not good. And just because of that, and he didn't want his wife to leave him, he broke down and told her, hey, I'm an escaped German POW. And he turned himself in, and come to find out that the war had actually been over for a day or two before he left. So technically, he was not an escaped POW.
Right.
Oh. For everybody that's just joining us, we've decided who we are going to prosecute, and it's going to be Glenn. We've got a prosecutor and our defense set. We can always use more of each, and each side will have a week. So on the defense side, we have Desert Sentinel and Noli D. And for the prosecution, it's going to be Greg Santiago, James Smith, and we believe Miss J is going to join in on the prosecution. Is that true, Miss J?
Yes, I will.
Miss J is going to. And they're still trying to get Mei Chong to come on, but
is Noli D still here?
Come on, mate.
No, Noli's not here, but Noli, I let her know already who she was going to be defending and let her know that her co-counsel is Desert Sentinel. She has not responded yet, but she knows.
Well, she's probably a little disappointed. I think she was looking forward to doing this today. But just tell her this is like the News Now Houston trial, man. We're just going to keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah, but maybe Mrs. J can get her hubby on board as well.
Mr. J.
Yeah, I might do that when I'm done driving.
When he's done driving, he said he might do it.
When I'm done driving.
Well, we can't drive and talk on the phone at the same time.
I'm
Well,
driving right now.
Mrs. J, he's always driving. Don't you ever drive and let him talk?
Oh, that's a long story. No.
I'm driving right. Hey, I'm driving right now. I can multitask. I can't multitask well, but I can do it.
Let's just say because of COVID, I don't have an up-to-date driver's license yet.
I don't think they're even. I don't think they're even caring about that right now.
Yeah, I don't think they care right now either.
Yeah, well, knowing my luck.
What if Mrs. J, if you sat on his lap and pretended to drive like we used to do when we was kids, wouldn't that work?
I'd friggin' crush him.
Hey, did
good Lord.
Did I tell you all about my my brand new smart ID?
No.
Yeah, you did. You cut it.
It's smarter. It's smarter than you.
A smart ID.
I had never cut up an old license before in my life, so for some reason I thought I'm gonna cut up my old license. Well, I should have made a little more sure that I wasn't cutting up the new one, because that's what I did. I cut up the new one.
Yeah, I had to do that too to renew my passport. They freaking maybe literally, I mean, basically slap a chip on your forehead. Hello.
So Taze, I was correct. Your smart ID was smarter than you.
Well, it says right on it that it is. You can't, hey, I believe what I read.
Well, yeah,
Right, guys,
I don't even have a license.
Funny, I cut the license up, and then I realized, oh my God, I cut the wrong one. And so I taped it up as best I could, and this was on Friday. I went to a DMV that had Saturday hours. I walked in, I said, please tell me I'm not the only one to ever do this. And she's like, you're the only one I've ever known to do it.
Yeah, so Maine has a new enhanced driver's license. So you get the enhanced, and then it's transferred to your friggin' passport or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's all about, but I'm pretty sure they can track you anywhere you go.
I assume they can anyway. I mean,
your license has a chip in it that can be tracked?
It has a chip, just like a bank card that has like the little chip.
Yeah, they're real.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not playing with those real IDs.
Hey,
and everyone's going to be required. You're going to have to be required to have them to go into certain federal buildings. Auditors love that. They're going to love it.
Track your phone. I mean, what the heck? And my phone never leaves my side.
Right.
All right, so let's set up some ground rules here for this trial. All right, so prosecution, you have until Wednesday to submit your charges to the defense, so that we have a, set up a proper defense and all that. Exactly. And then Saturday we'll go ahead and announce the formal charges, begin jury selection.
Okay.
All right, Kenny, how can we submit the charges?
You email me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get
okay.
Just email me, and we'll get like a chain. We'll do like a chain email thing to where everyone will CC, double CC, all that good stuff, so everyone who's involved is able to get it. That way, we can have that taken care of.
Are you ready to receive a very long email, Kenny, on charges?
Yeah,
right.
Hey, the more the merrier.
Can we include stuff like major douchebag?
No,
I like that.
I mean, you could.
I like that.
I do, but I'm pretty sure that Noli and Desert would probably have that one shot down, which Well,
I think you shoot it down. It's true.
Biased and biased and hate speech right there. Douchebag.
Come on, douchebag,
Come on.
harasser, annoying.
Like I said, you guys are gonna have your work cut out for you.
Okay, are we trying to be like realistic with this, or just
Yeah, I
do
gotta
it?
come clean. I have no legal credentials.
Yeah, let me put it this way.
Me neither. I'm a paramedic, for crying out loud.
I actually was a paralegal, so
let me.
No, I'm a paramedic. Has nothing to do with legal.
Mrs. J, I was being kind of realistic in jest with all of this, but I understand the premise of it, and no, this isn't any resemblance of any sort of real litigation. So it's just a fantasy, and whatever charges that they levy are going to be the state charges, and I'm going to have to defend them from them.
okay. So major douchebaggery is okay.
Don't
Yeah.
listen to him.
I like
He's
that
lying
charge.
to you.
Major
He's
douchebaggery.
lying to you. He's lying to you. Desert Signal plans on wearing a powdered wig.
Desert will be nice to me, won't you, Desert?
He's gonna wear a powdered wig and his knee things that they wear, knee breeches.
Desert
we're going with
is
the old
gonna have a
colonial
lost.
style.
Desert is gonna have a lost fantasy.
I only got a few left.
Can I get that?
You're killing me.
Please.
If I had a camera on my computer, I would wear a barrister outfit for you guys. So.
That would be great.
Yeah, okay.
If I could find the white curly wig.
Oh my God, I can picture Desert right now.
They still wear those in UK, so I'm sure there's someplace there you can buy them from.
If everybody's in a panel, everybody in the panel who is going to be a part of this, if you guys could put in the backstage private chat's email in there, that way I'll know who it is, and that way I can make a big old mass chain email that everyone can get into, and we can do it that way. So just write your email in the private chat, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know if I can do that, Kenny.
You want your phone or something?
And just to give you guys a little warning, I may be contacting somebody as a ringer. So don't think this is over just yet.
And probably wearing like a halter or something like that, right?
No. But
does it sing like a girl?
All right.
Well, just I have somebody in mind who probably would be more on the prosecution side, but that could be somebody that is your best defense.
But why would you want to promote somebody that's on the prosecution side?
No, I'm stating that this would be somebody that would be more akin to go to the prosecution side. However, if I can ask them if they would care to come in for this experiment and work with me on the defense side.
So like a hostile witness.
No, just, you gotta know your enemy to beat them, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's my say.
Enemies closer.
Yeah. Give them a little pat on the butt. Whatever.
NJ Diver, I'm not able to add you to the stream. I can only have 6 people at a time. Sorry about that. Unless someone wants to drop off for him. Sorry about that, guy.
No, I can go, so he can go on. I'll just watch. Yeah, I'll hop off.
As long as as long as we have Mrs. Jarhead and Jarhead and my other defense, and you guys only have 2 so far.
That's all they need. I mean, they're going to be telling you right now. You guys are in for
Oh, he's good as dead.
Desert is very good.
Yeah.
But
Always good,
we will smack the goddamn feather fan on your face, boy.
All
man,
right.
those
Now some fighting words right there.
Now, tell me, Kenny. I mean, we're
don't get hurt when you lose.
We're
Noe
bringing
Doyle.
We're
Noe
bringing
Doyle.
up.
You live by the words Andrew Ryan. I live by the words of Frank Sinatra. I do it my way.
Now, the one thing
welcome back, Jiver.
I wanted to ask Kenny. I mean, this is going to be a fictitious thing, fictitious, charges, made up stuff. However, I think there has to be the one common denominator in all this is that we are defending the First Amendment, are we not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, you're absolutely defending the First Amendment.
There we go. Okay.
But that being said, Mr. Desert, how you do it depends on how you do it. And if you're in the wrong defending, then you're in the wrong.
Well, you just have to bring your case and I'll bring mine.
Well, if you call somebody the N-word, you're already in the wrong.
Okay.
Then
Funny
again,
you say that.
if you call me a Mena, I'm in the wrong too.
What's the First Amendment?
First Amendment.
What's the First Amendment?
Isn't that what allows
can't
us?
Read?
Isn't that what allows us to have booze again?
Oh my God.
Oh man. It used to always make me cringe when old Josh would go into places and he'd say, the Fourth Amendment protects us against illegal searches and seizures. And I'd say, no, it protects us against unreasonable searches.
Yeah.
Hey, also, has anybody ever read Postal 7? And I don't mean just the photography part. I mean the whole poster.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
How about the
Listen, guys.
The post office has the right to search your packages and your bags and whatever you're carrying. How about that?
Federal building. Every federal building you go into.
Here's what it is right here. I'm telling you, all of you guys, the First Amendment allows you to record. The First Amendment says that anything eyes can see is okay. All right?
You better
it does
read it.
not mean that if you record it and put it on YouTube, because eyes don't record memories or scenes, but a camera does. That's what I have a problem with, especially when they're recording every citizen, child, or anything conducting their daily visits. I have a problem with that because it's not only as eyes can see, it's captured. That's what I have a problem with. Sorry, guys.
That's not what has been determined in court. The interesting part about it all is, yeah, you have the legal right to video record and audio record in public in most states. The problem being is not that you can, is that should you?
Exactly.
No, Doyle, you can believe that all you want. Just like the people that believe that they have the right to believe that. They're just wrong, as you are.
I would like to ask.
I understand his
there, can you cite the? Can you cite the case law that you extrapolated that the eye cannot trespass? Do you know the case law?
There's no case law, but it was mentioned in a
It goes way back.
Yeah, it goes way back to desert to common sense.
I have a point.
Go for it, Miss J.
If it's all right to film, video record, take pictures, but where in the First Amendment does it say, like I think James was saying, where does it say in the First Amendment that it's okay to rebroadcast it? Does it? Does it say anywhere that it is okay to rebroadcast it?
It doesn't necessarily, but it doesn't say there's anything wrong with it either. So it's one of those gray areas. It doesn't say to do it, but there's nothing that specifically tells you not to do it. See what I'm saying?
Okay, but is it not true? Now, I'm not 100% sure about this. This is something I've heard. Is it not true that the reason you watch some videos and the people's faces are blacked out is because they did not get permission to show them, like on those prank ones they do all the time. They ask you, hey, you know, I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to show this. Is it okay? And the person says yes. I was under the understanding that you have to have permission in order to show it, or they could sue you.
It depends. Like, I think it depends on how it shows you the light that the video shows them in. Like those prank videos, pretty much shows them in a negative light, so they could, you know, sue them for a number of things. But if you're just out in public and you're just doing your thing and someone's recording, there's not really a whole lot someone can do. Not legally anyone can do, but Google, on the other hand, YouTube, you can make a claim to YouTube and say, hey, I don't want to be a part of this person's video, and YouTube will actually take the video down.
That's what I understand. I understand if it's a monetized channel, and if you go to Google with the complaint on that they will act on that, and they will make the content creator either pixelate your face or take the video down.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know about that though. But yeah, if you don't want to be a part, if you're a part of a video and you don't want to, and they're monetized, you can say, "Hey, Google, maybe and they'll get them to fix it." I actually know a video that was taken down because it had personal information in it. It was just his name, but it was enough.
I tell everybody, I try to interrupt Kenny, but I also tell everybody, if you're ever in a situation like that, just take your phone out and start playing music as loud as you can on your phone. And stay close to them, where they're going to pick your music up, because then they're going to get a copyright strike.
Oh, it's so funny. Josh's last video, the one he posted yesterday, and he was doing a cop wash. At the end, he started singing the song, and he goes, "Crap! I just demonetized myself." I just thought that was pretty funny.
I have to look that one up.
Well, Josh. I mean, Josh is Josh. I mean, he literally friggin' kills himself every time he goes on camera.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe Palmetto agrees with me on that. But hey, he's not a copyright attorney, so.
Joe Palmetto, you mean the lawyer?
Yeah, Fizzy was saying he asked Joe the lawyer about it. I mod for Joe, but which means I'm a lawyer too. Kind of like how Mouse is also a pilot because his father was. I
mean, nobody should pick on Joe. Nobody should pick on Joe. He is like the most passive person there is.
Nobody's picking on Joe. I love Joe. I'm on for him.
All right. Cool.
I'm just saying he's not a copyright attorney.
Well, no.
Thank you, Dante.
Probably not.
See, Joe Palmetto got into the First Amendment auditing community because he was actually doing stuff on sovereign citizens, and he put a video up that he was claiming was a sovereign citizen, which was an obvious First Amendment auditor, and a bunch of us commented to him, "Hey, that's not a sovereign citizen. That's the First Amendment auditor," which he had never heard of before at that point. And he started looking into it, and everything kind of morphed into he does also.
Yeah,
the
I
auditor.
did as well, Taze. I made that comment as well, and then he figured it out and fixed it up, and off he goes. Are you there?
I'm here. I agree. I agree with you, Joe. And Joe's a great guy. If I ever need a criminal attorney in Pennsylvania, I'll hire him.
Yeah, I don't agree with his name change. I thought his last one was great, but
actually, I came up with the perfect name change for him, and everybody thought it was great, including him. And for some reason, he didn't go with it. I don't know why, but when he was originally going to change the name, I wanted him to call it "We Do Not Consent."
I know. I seen that on the comments. And I gave you a thumbs up and said, I agree. That is funny. I do not consent.
No, it was "We Do Not Consent," I think was anyway.
I was just looking back up an article from an attorney here in the state of California. There are certain levels of publicity rights in California. Other states may vary. That you have a right to privacy and not have your public image or your image used for monetary gain without your permission. And also, if your image or likeness or public information is used in a wrongful, or I'd say disparaging without proof. So, I mean, there is a certain level where certain individuals that post on YouTube could be brought into court, but it's a
all right.
civil action.
Desert, bring in fair use policy on that and see what you get.
Yeah, but he's talking about, and I asked Joe Palmetto this one time. I said, people say all the time you have no expectation of privacy in public. He said, that's not true. You have a certain expectation at all times. If you and
that is true.
You and I want to talk where only you and I can hear the conversation. So you and I purposely go off in a corner where there's nobody else while we're having a conversation, and somebody walks over and tries to eavesdrop. Well, we had an expectation of privacy until you broke it.
That is very true, Taze. Another thing, a lot of times
in a dress, you have the expectation of privacy that nobody's going to walk up to you and stick their camera and try to do an up dress picture or something like that. You have that expectation of privacy.
California has, past acts on privacy, mostly, data collecting and, use of other types of surveillance equipment, eavesdropping. Yes, there's if you record somebody's conversation, like if you're sitting at the same table, which is kind of impossible these days, out in a cafe or something, and you're on the phone with somebody, you take your cell phone out and you start recording that conversation you're having with somebody, and there's certain level of information that can be disseminated from that conversation. You could be in violation of a state statute, and that would be a criminal act. So yeah, there is a certain level of privacy that is even expected within the public forum.
Hey, I found Texas. What is Texas under quarantine? What's happening to Texas? Because I'm planning on going there in about a week.
No idea.
I'm hoping they're not under quarantine. I don't want to get there and not be able to escape.
Welcome back, Miss J. California has some of the most. California has some of the most stringent policies on wiretapping. It's a two-party state, and man, it's pretty bad. You can get in trouble for a lot of stuff in Cali with wiretapping goes.
Thank you, Power Wagon. Well, Texas, the governor had a 14-day quarantine if you entered the state from certain states, and I happen to be one of those states. So I know he had just lifted it, but I didn't know if with the new wave of COVID that they were going to go back to it. I'm afraid that I'm going to go there and they're going to put some kind of a restriction where I can't come home.
For you, Taze, it's going to be specific. Taze can't come home. Sorry, everyone else.
Yeah. I know my constitutional rights. I have the right to cross state lines. Actually, we do.
We do. And that's the freedom of movement.
If you guys check out Pennsylvania governor's proclamation back at the beginning of this pandemic, you'll find he was one of the only, if not the only governor in the country that recognized his constituents' right to travel. And the reason I know that is because I've traveled through that state, into that state, from mine at least twice now during the pandemic.
I'm looking to buy a house in Texas, and I want to go there. I got a list of properties I want to look at, and I just want to go there and look at them, and I don't want to get stuck there.
Oh yeah, also don't want to get stuck. Texas
You'll probably
a good spot to it's property too.
You'll probably be fine, Taze. I don't think you'll have an issue. Hey, Kenny, thank you so much. You got my email address. I need to jump out of here, and I just happened to see you live, which was a treat, and had the opportunity to jump in here. And now I will do my best to participate.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey,
sounds good.
Hey,
So we'll keep you.
Brian.
Yes.
This is none of my business to say so, but your house, is that a manufactured house? That's a manufactured home?
Yes. There's many of them like it.
Right. So do you own the property, or are you on a park?
No, this is a property that I am leasing.
Oh, okay. Can you buy it, or is it state property?
Oh no, it's private property, and yeah, I have kind of been back and forth with making a determination on if I want to purchase this property or maybe a property nearby. There's several properties in the area that I think this actual house here would probably have to be demoed and something else put in its place, whether it's another manufactured home or a slab built. But
yeah, I'm kind of looking a little bit towards manufactured homes, but I'll be getting financing with the VA guarantee, and they'll finance a manufactured home if it comes with land. They won't do it in a park.
Yeah, there was a neighbor that had a larger property, and they were able to split it. They sold half of their property, and a brand new manufactured home was put on the property. It's actually a really nice place. So
they've got some nice manufactured houses, but the problem is places like Texas is you get a lot of tornadoes and whatnot. It seems like tornadoes don't like manufactured homes too much. They always head straight for them.
Oh yeah. Now I've been through a couple of earthquakes in this one, and it's held up. And there were earthquakes before I was here, so having a house up on stilts like that, I don't know if it's good or bad if a big one hits, but I think the home will remain. I don't think it'll collapse under an earthquake.
Okay, listen, I'm out in the parking lot. I got to go inside. You know why? You know how I know that the Earth is not flat?
How?
If the Earth was flat, all the skateboarders would be at the edge, grinding.
They would fall off.
All right, gentlemen, ladies and
Thanks for
gentlemen.
joining, Taze.
All right, Kenny, I'm going to step out with Taze as well. Thank you very much. Good
Dude,
talking
I
to
have
you
to wear a
guys.
mask. I have to wear a mask. It's required. They won't let you in without a mask.
Here too, you can't go many places without a mask here in Cali either.
Hey,
Oh, you are in
Desert.
Cali, yeah.
I usually walk up to the door and then realize, and I got to walk back to my car. So I'm glad you said that, Busy. Thank you. Both of your heads.
He says, "Welcome back, James."
Yeah, for those that were questioning the bit about eyes cannot be trespassed, I posted some stuff in the private chat if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah, let me.
It only goes back to 1765.
Okay.
Yeah, but from what I understand, is there was actually some wording on that in the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah, there's been two.
But it wasn't part of the ruling. It was just some wording on the ruling, and so a lot of these auditors, they take stuff, little things that are said or written, and take it like it's biblical. You know what I mean? Like
The legal term for it is dictum.
Yeah, dictum. That's
as
what I'm
dicta.
looking for. Right. I kind of laugh every time I say that word, but
It's what
anyway,
happens. It's what happens when you've been around Murbies too much.
Yeah. So yeah. I think there was a case where they had said something like, and it was involved with filming the police, and where they had said something about 10 feet being sufficient distance or whatever. And so now all of a sudden everybody picks that up like that's the magic distance, 10 feet.
Yeah,
You know?
well, no, that was the First Circuit Court of Appeals. The name of the case. I'm terrible with formal names. But yeah, all it was there was a reference to that's where the man was standing. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And everybody's taking it as gospel. It's even less than dicta because it's a basic description. It's not anything the judge basically said or was it was just testified to. Yeah, the man was standing that far away, and everybody's taking that now as a supreme well, it's not even Supreme Court, like I said, it's the First Circuit Court of Appeals, and everybody's taking that as dogma, and it's not. It's worse than a urban myth.
Hey, what's up, Trump Tard? Here's your shout out.
Welcome, Jarhead. Welcome back, Miss J, and welcome back, James.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My phone said it was overheating or something. No idea.
Okay, well.
Mine shut down too.
I think you've been
You guys
hacked.
need new phones. It's time for new phones, guys. I know I need a new phone myself. So.
I need a new phone.
Is there anybody in here that's real tech savvy?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure it's the 5G, and I have to get some tinfoil out.
Oh yeah, I like that. That
I
lady
got a serious question about tech. If anybody's tech savvy,
I'm sure we have someone in the comments. I mean, in the
so
chat.
my phone, and I have Android. Is starting to do some weird stuff, and I took it to the company, and they're laughing at me, even though they see it happen right in front of them. So all of a sudden, the volume just starts going up and down. I mean, drastically. It'll be all the way up, and then also go all the way down, and then all the way up, and then all the way down, like somebody's doing it, right? And then all of a sudden, with the phone laying there, me not even touching it, the camera comes on. Do I need to be worried, guys?
Oh, definitely. It's the agents are on you.
Well, I don't know if there's any agents on me, but it sure doesn't seem like that's a normal function of a phone to all of a sudden the camera come on.
No, it's not a normal function.
How old is your phone?
I had to shut my phone off.
It's about a year old, maybe a little less. It's not very old.
I had to shut my phone off and reboot it to come back on the live stream.
Yeah, I had to do that too.
Oh,
my
you
phone
did
shuts off on its
too?
own.
I
Yeah.
took it to the wireless store, and the guy's like, I'm going, hey man, I don't want to sound
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a targeted citizen. May's targeted me. So
Yeah, I am now I'm a targeted citizen.
I went
You
to
are a
the
targeted citizen.
I went to the wireless store, whatever, and I same thing. I go, hey man, is there anything you can run through this phone to see like if there's any kind of malware or something on it or whatever? And the guy's like, do you work for the CIA or what? And I go, no, I don't work for the CIA. I go, but I do know people that have the ability to do this if they want to. And so anyway.
Well, I just had to shut my phone off and reboot it. I have no idea why.
Yeah, well,
my phone come up with a thing that said, phone is overheating. Okay, and then it shut me off.
Well,
it's a Samsung, but it's not overheating. It's not even friggin' plugged in.
Take the phone out of the oven. I don't know. Put it in the refrigerator.
Put it in the refrigerator.
Right? Throw it in the freezer for a couple of minutes. It'll be all good.
I actually know people that do that. You know, they go, oh, it overheats. I put it in the refrigerator. I don't see anything wrong with it. Hey, why not?
Yeah, but how the hell is the phone overheating if it's not even plugged in and I'm talking on a live stream?
Maybe
Mine does it too.
It's the,
I think.
It's the LED screen.
I know. Devin is flagging me.
My phone says it's never overheated. It just does this weird stuff with the volume and the camera. So
it's an LED screen's forcing your phone because it's so big. It's forcing your phone to overheat. Mine is like super hot right now because I'm using my mobile data to actually connect to my laptop.
I have unlimited though, Kenny.
Well, that's great, but I mean, the LED light is. I mean, the LED screen is still gonna like overheat.
Oh, okay.
Maybe yeah. They did.
Well, I think from mine,
they did an update for me when I brought the phone in to tell them that I was having issues.
I think Comfort Doll has it right on head. Our phones have the Rona. That's what it is.
Well, it's a first time this has happened. I was on with friggin' Chuck. I was on with Chuck Chase's The Facts for over 2 hours. Never happened.
Well, I think it's kind of funny that ever since this has been happening with my phone, whenever I do laundry, I always come up with one sock missing. So I'm definitely a targeted something.
Oh God!
And you already know where that sock is, dude.
Targeted.
Yeah, why are they going after my socks? I don't know. You think they go after my sock account, but they're going after my socks.
It's only one sock.
Yeah. But it's
funny,
you know? It's
well,
funny.
you know, you already know what you do with the other sock, so stop trying to play it off.
Well, I got one pair of socks. I got one pair of socks that one sock is blue and one sock is green. And then I have another pair exactly like it.
Case is all that porn on your PC.
Anybody get that?
Stop giving Case your information.
Oh God, Taze, please give us your opinion on the green and blue sock.
Well, it's funny. I got one blue and one green, and then all of a sudden I got a second pair exactly like it.
Yeah, green says go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with mix match socks.
Yeah, and probably on Pornhub Premium as at the same time. But whatever. I'm not discriminating.
All right, guys. I'm gonna give everyone on the panel here a chance to their little final thoughts, and then we're gonna go here. So, Taze, what do you have any final thoughts you want to give out to everybody?
I do, but I can't tell you.
Can't?
Secret. My final thoughts are secret.
Okay. Well, Taze's final thoughts are secret, everyone. So, I guess we can all imagine what he's gonna say.
Kenny,
you
know what I'd like?
What?
I'd like to see more of that gorgeous park that you videoed like 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, so you'd like to see turn of the squirrel on it?
No, it's gorgeous. Oh my God.
It was a nice park.
I mean, I live in the woods. I mean, so I have wildlife
live
everywhere.
stream right now.
Huh?
What happened to that guy you did the video on that was doing the gardening?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Oh, Mike. Mike.
I love that. I mean, that park is gorgeous. If I could fly 3,000 miles, I would come and see that park.
I could drive to that park within hour and a half. I wouldn't do it. So you go ahead and fly 3,000 miles.
I mean, I flew out back in 2002. My aunt was passing away, but she lived in Santa Ana. Is that anywhere near close to Sacramento or no?
Where?
No.
Santa Ana.
No, yeah, no. Yeah.
It's like in the foothills.
Yeah, no, it's not close.
No?
No.
It's about 500 miles away.
Oh, well. I know we went and my aunt and myself and my sister we drove quite a long ways and seen Hershey's Castle.
Oh wow, cool.
That was kind of cool.
Was it made of chocolate?
I don't know where it was, but I mean, it was quite a few years ago.
It must be kind of sticky in the summertime.
Just in California.
It was Hershey's Castle, and we drove all the way along the coastline, all the way.
Dizzy, why would I want to turn Texas blue? That's why I'm getting out of California and going to Texas. And Abilene. I found Texas, Abilene area. Maybe Sweetwater.
I like Abilene, Sweetwater. I had a girlfriend when I was in service that lived in Sweetwater.
Yeah? Did you ever visit her there?
Met her mother and father.
The only thing that kind of stops me from Sweetwater is that's real big rattlesnake country, man.
Yeah.
Well, her mom and dad liked me, so that's all that counted.
Well,
so,
because her last boyfriend was a rattlesnake, so they chose you. They have the world's biggest rattlesnake roundup in Sweetwater, Texas, which probably, I don't know, all the animal rights activists are trying to shut down for years. Eventually, they'll probably succeed.
I don't know. I was really young there. I was stationed at Fort Richardson in Elmendorf. What the hell is that? Alaska. But Fort Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska, we got 2 weeks leave, ended up going down there, got the military hops, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Ended up down there at Lackland Air Force Base, and then got a small plane south and east, and ended up at the airport like 3 miles from their house. And Terry was all friggin' excited. I thought I was going to marry that girl. I did. I thought I was going to marry her. Oh.
All right, Diver, your final thoughts.
Didn't work.
If Diver's still around, maybe he's not.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm still researching those other towns.
No. I'm researching Glenn right now.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Right?
No, he's got a bunch of videos here he's already took down.
Oh wow!
You know, he's from Everett, Washington, and they have that used to be a real nice little sea town right on the
Yeah, but he likes to go into the cities like Seattle and
yeah. Well, it's just like a hop skipping away from Everett. So they have a ferry there, the Muckleshoe ferry, that takes you out to Whidbey Island. I was stationed on Whidbey Island for 4 years.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
You was in the service?
6 years active duty, yes.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you.
But
you could take the ferry across, or you could drive around, and they had a bridge that went across to the island. And 9 times out of 10, I would take the bridge. But every now and then, I'd feel like taking the ferry. And it's the Muckleshoe Ferry, which is in Everett, Washington. And Everett was just a nice little storybook sea town. And they've just turned it into a rat hole, man.
Well,
Okay, guys,
I heard about that, but
I'm gonna have to. I gotta let this one go. I got stuff like
I
that.
heard about that, but I never went there.
Yeah. My final thought, basically, reality bites, and just remember, I just have to outrun you.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's what I keep telling my granddaughter when she goes out for walks out in the hills with my daughter. I go, hey man, you see a mountain line, all you gotta do is outrun your mother.
Yeah.
The old joke in my hobby was, sharks bite, but I just have to outswim you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my first duty base was Port Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska, and then I ended up down in South America doing some stuff.
Okay, Earl.
Ended up back in going to Fort Bragg and doing some stuff there, a couple other things or whatever, but I was always a medic, and I stayed a medic, and I still am.
Yeah, I had to make an emergency landing in Anchorage one time, and I had to stay overnight while they did a repair.
Real quick question for everybody.
That was a great
on the
place.
big Air Force base.
Hold on, guys. Let's let Diver ask a question. Let's let him get a question.
Quick question: are any of you guys on Discord?
I am on Discord.
All right, you're familiar with Civil Rights Unites?
Yeah, I think you told me about it last week.
Yeah, crud. Yeah, I just added all 3 of the municipalities that have gone the route of restricting recording on their properties, and including Tucson. I put the original city ordinance in. It's repealing in both there.
Yeah, I seen that one on Tucson.
Well, you couldn't have, because I just put it in not even an hour ago. But
but no, was it Houston? I mean, because they had one too.
Houston doesn't have one that I know of.
And Tucson just repealed their city ordinance for filming. Pressure and all that. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for joining. Taze, thanks for joining in. James Smith, thank you. Diver, thank you, guys. It's always been fun. James Smith, make sure you have until Wednesday. Get with Greg, and you guys will have to file your charges by Wednesday. So the defense will have a chance to take a look at them and prepare their case as well. Thanks, everybody. Fizzy, thank you for joining me. May, thank you.
For having
Maggie,
us.
thank you. I found Texas, thank you. Greg, Jimmy, Power Wagon, Greg, Sean, anyone else? Comfort Doll, Jarhead, Mrs. J. Thank you guys all. Anyone else I forgot to mention? Thank you. Make sure you guys hit that like. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead. Check out some Discords. Perhaps to see you on there. And see you again. I'll probably have a video, I'm assuming tomorrow. No promises, but I'll try and get one out for you guys tomorrow. All right, guys.
Hey, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Did you see Comfort Doll's last video?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to check that out.
Oh, check it out. It's awesome.
I definitely will. Thank you, Jimmy. And you to Jimmy. All right, guys. Thanks. Hope to see you guys on the next stream. Next Saturday, don't forget, the charges will be announced and jury selection will begin. If you would like to participate as a jury member, make sure you are here next Saturday. And if you guys want, let Glenn know so he might be able to assist in his own defense. I doubt it, but hey, we'll give him every opportunity.
Desert is going down.
That we will see what happens. Desert and Noli will be
into the sand.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I know. I know you're good. I know you're good, but
well, that's Diver. Desert's not here right now. All right, guys.
He's not. Believe me, I know he's not. And if I meet him again this evening, he's going to accuse me of following him. But then again, he followed me in the previous two panels we were both on.
Nice.
Who did?
Desert and I have been on quite a few panels in the last 48 hours. And
I know, but who followed you?
It doesn't matter. It's getting to a point where between doing the research in between panels, they all kind of blend together, kind of like the videos that I watch.
Well, there's pros and cons. So we're here to prove the cons. You're there to prove the pros.
No, I'm neutral. I'm just dealing with facts and the law.
Yeah.
If either side wants a case law cited, I'll bring it up for you. It doesn't really matter to me.
I know you're pretty good, but Supreme Court overrides.
If they get a case. As it stands for the moment, only 6 out of 12 Circuit Court of Appeals in the United States have ruled for the videographer / photographer. SCOTUS has yet to take a case. There's one pending for the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, and there may be 2 working their way to that point through the 10th. And neither of them have filed yet. In fact, one of them hasn't been adjudicated at the lower level yet.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you again next time. All right, guys. Peace.
Thanks again. Have a good evening. What's left of it.